secrets in conference play. They know you, you know them, and there's always a little trickle of bad blood here and there, particularly when both teams are ranked as these two are in this one. Glad to have you with us from the original Cotton Bowl located on the fairgrounds in the heart of Dallas, Texas. As we'll see, the winners of 5 straight, the Oklahoma Sooners, taking on a participant from the playoff last year, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. And the Sooners will kick it off to get us underway. And he'll bring it back. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Longhorns offense will get the ball first. You guys know I love the history of this stuff. Texas is threatening to put together a run unlike any they've had since the 50s, David.
Texas has been dominating the series, and I can tell you this from college. We had some rivals that we played with that we lost to consistently. Coaches that week got so tight, so tense, it made a big difference, Palmer.
Well, I'll tell you, this winning streak by Texas has had a major impact on the football program, too. Of course, the fans have been bragging, Bevo's strutting. These coaches' salaries, they've gone up because they've been able to win these games and dominate their rival, Oklahoma, time and time again.
The Longhorns line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Bring in the heat. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. The Sooners offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass and coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fan. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical. That's what makes them special.
Yeah, and it's just an elite group in the back end. Multiple guys that win their individual matchups, which makes it hard to run offense. And this is a group that, yes, they tackle well, they see the football well, they break on it well. You better worry about the ground game. You better get some kind of deception going against this secondary.
When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. They'll get this drive started from their own 26. Running to Green. They'll mark him down at the 37. It's a 10-yard gain. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Throwing right. Makes a connection. And he's down after the short completion. He did not make it to the 1st down marker.
It's early in the game, and as offenses try to get their rhythm, these easy completions are very important because that's what helps you get your feet underneath you as an offense and as a unit. And hopefully, as this game goes on, they'll be able to rev up and get more aggressive taking shots.
The Longhorns with the 1st and 10. Pulls it and fires to the left. There he goes. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
I like the adjustments from this offense from first possession to second. Like first possession, you tell maybe a little bit nervous, maybe just not starting the way they wanted to. didn't script the plays, but now putting a good drive together, a good response to the punt last drive.
They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. And the Longhorns have it with a 1st and goal. He's looking to pass. Touchdown, Texas! Quick strike through the air for the score. They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. A score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Finds the tight end. Let's take just a second and talk about Oklahoma. Really good win on the recruiting trail last week. Got a commitment from a 4-star linebacker.
He's going to help them out a lot because of his speed. He simply has things you can't coach from the linebacker position. So his ability to track the ball sideline to sideline, but also get downhill, he's going to make this defense a whole lot more difficult to move the football against.
The Sooners come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Rush is on him, and they can't make the play on 3rd down. They bring the punter onto the field now. 2nd time today they've been forced to punt. Wants to bring it back, and he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. They'll get this drive started from the 29. On the run, it's McMillan. Couldn't find a lane. A pickup of 1 to the 31. Play this game in the shadow of Big Tex. You can get a corny dog out there, play carnival games, and see one of the great rivalries in the sport, David.
It's crazy. You literally walk outside of the stadium, and there are thousands upon thousands of people. They don't even realize a football game's going on, Jesse. They're just having a good time.
You're right. It's part of what makes this game so special. The Red River rivalry, there's just so much fanfare. There's so...
Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that 1st down. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. He gets it out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played 1 period. And they've swapped ends of the field, and we'll get it going in the 2nd. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. Trying to pick it up on the ground. Turning it on! They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41. And the Longhorns have this offense rolling. Might as well give it to him again. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. Back to pass. Makes the catch. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on 1st down. Quickly to the tight end. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. On 1st and 10, trying to strike from the 15. Keeps it on the draw. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to Pater. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. They get him stopped, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5. The Longhorns trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. From the gun, looking for a man. And it's a touchdown, but hold on just a second. We'll have to see what the flag's about. Maybe a momentary scare for that offense when they saw the flag. It's on. The defense declined, and the touchdown stands. Lining up to add another. The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. South Alabama is in front. They've answered the bell today, but they still have to finish the job, and that is no sure thing right now. They're up by a field goal over Arkansas State. Sun Belt, Fun Belt. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us.
Really nice job threading the needle on that pass. They've got a lot of dudes that were able to do that in Norman, Oklahoma. Josh Heupel, Jason White, Sam Bradford, Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, Jalen Hurts. The names go on and on and on. Hurting you in the passing game with their vision, with their accuracy. This guy, I tell you, he fits right in this Oklahoma offense.
Backed up now. Here's second and long. Off the play fake. Quickly complete. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
You know, outbreaking routes can make some play callers nervous, but not this guy. You have a quarterback that throws it on time and puts it out in front of his receiver like that. As a coordinator and play caller, you can call that route all day.
And let's not complicate this. It's worked before. The QB sneak continues to get first downs. Keep using it. Keep moving the chains.
Looking to throw on first down. They're working that left side. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run. Not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carry.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality.
Deep shot for the end zone. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. They kick it away on fourth down. Hunt will bounce out of bounds, and they're going to spot it at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll start this drive going to the air. Just a short pass to the tight end. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. Wants to go up top on first down. Quarterback just flat and missed it. Incomplete. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes a grab past the marker. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect fourth down call there. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. The Longhorns getting set on 1st and 10. To the air on first down. Fires to the tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle. Going up top again. He lobs one high down the left side. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Longhorns! No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. And he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line.
Looking to throw on first down. That's caught. It's Nowaski. Coaches talk about running with violence, running with bad intentions. That's what that looks like as he gets it up to the 32. Wants to fire on second down. Catch in the middle. It's Pointer. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They'll send the back in motion. Wants to throw on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Pointer. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. The Sooners can really attack on this second and short. It's incomplete and maybe a little too aggressive from this senior trying to fit that one in there. Third and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is four-down territory. Trying to get behind the defense. And it's picked off at the goal line. That's one way to make a stop. Takes it the other way. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
And how about that? That's the first INT for this guy. Like, he's gone all throughout this year, taking care of the football, making plays, really building trust with his offensive coordinator. First mistake. Hey, listen, put it behind you. You've had a great season so far, young man.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
Makes the grab. Moves it out to the 34-yard line. A nice 15-yard gain on that one. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Lining up from the 34 on first down. Quickly complete.
And man coverage, when they get up in your face, they make things hard. You want to be able to attack the whole field and get them leaning one direction and then break outside like you did there. Nice out route connection. Nice chemistry between quarterback and wide receiver.
The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. They've already moved the chains a couple of times on this drive. Now first and 10 from their own 46. He finds a dead spot in the middle. Gets it inside the 40, brought down at the 39, and they can't stop the clock. The Longhorns come to the line in the hurry-up. Looking downfield on first down. Finds his big tight end. Out of bounds at the 24-yard line after the huge pickup. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Throws for the tight end. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting the throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
Here's the handoff. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. Just a few seconds to go here in the first half, and they'll send out the field goal team. And he barely got enough of that one to somehow tuck it into the left corner just over the crossbar. And now the lead's extended a little further. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by giving props to this superstar tight end. He's been almost, you know what, check that. He has been unguardable with that unusual blend of speed, size, hands, and route running. He is a pick-your-poison kind of player. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking. Would they go for a big play on first and 10? Looking to throw on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Rudolph. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. New set of downs after the completion. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
They've got the screen set up. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. And they'll pat the kicker on the tail and tell him to go give it a shot. And he's got it from 57. What a beauty. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
They're going to throw it to start the drive. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. And the Longhorns are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to power their way ahead. And he was able to shed a tackle and pick up the first down before they finally get him on the ground. And the Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. From the gun, give on the inside. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Good timing on the quick out. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the 1st down. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. They'll test the right side. Oh, he's got some space. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down. The Longhorns pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Right back to the well. He has the 1st and still on his feet.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical and they're trying to stay on the field.
This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that 1st down. The Longhorns didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved touchdown, Texas! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
Power football with the run. He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it. The give to the back. Stuffed on back-to-back plays. He got nothing, and now they're looking at 3rd and long.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. And the Sooners will punt it away on 4th down. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The give to the back. Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 33.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Unloads it left. He's got it. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. The give to the right. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. The Longhorns have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. Makes the catch and steps out of bounds, but short of the first down mark.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
Man, these plays are really, really simple. They're really easy to run. I like it. Just drop back as a quarterback, see the big fella, wait for him to get open.
Breaks into the open. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this third period. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. As we enter the fourth quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. So the final period starts with a second down play. Looking for room, it's Terrell. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. And the Longhorns kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. They're going to ride this running back. Brought down after a pickup of 2 to the 19.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get it done.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass. You saw it on that last play.
Now on fourth down, they'll settle for a field goal try. After finishing a drive with a field goal earlier, this one will be a 33-yard attempt. And he curls that thing just inside the left upright. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Coming out on first down with the play fake. It's complete to the left. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. The Sooners in a good spot here with second and short. One back in the backfield, he gets the carry. Snowed under right at the line of scrimmage for no gain on the play.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it, but the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
He's got the back in the middle. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a big gain. The Sooners with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. The give to the tailback. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They have work in front of them on third and short from the 42. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Third down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. And the Sooners have their offense in high gear. To the ground. He's got it again. Got the first down. Looking for more. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself?
Well, he does a really nice job buying time, and I love the awareness there. Understanding no one's open downfield, knowing where the sticks are, and he's able to use his athleticism to get that first down.
They'll try to get it in with the run. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
The best red zone offenses are the ones who can run the ball in this area, but that's a tough ask today, especially against this unit. One of the best 5 defenses in the nation stopping the run. This is a really big moment in this game.
Now they're going to throw it. Pressure's there, and he gets rid of it. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. This offense hasn't been able to find the end zone with a GPS and a slide rule. Can they finally get a touchdown on 3rd and goal? Under fire. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the 4th quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
And he's going to go out of bounds short of the line to gain. And the Longhorns are backed up. They can feel the shadow of their own goalpost and trying to create some room. And they didn't pick up any extra room to operate, but they at least got it back to the original line of scrimmage.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
Not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block that. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
We've reached a 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. Backed up in their own end. Don't hold the ball too long. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. The Longhorns send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Makes the catch right at the 50. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground. Use the play fake. Now to throw. He unleashes a long one. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wants to throw. It's Irvin. The quarterback's a little more on target there. Maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires one high and deep. And it's an incomplete pass on the deep shot, but the flag is down. Let's check the call. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. So they're going to send out the field goal unit to try a long one. This is a most difficult attempt. 59 yards out from the right hash. And this one is perfect. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, your game is a big one, but so is this battle right now inside the Big Ten. Ohio State is getting handled right now at home. Someone needs to step in here and throw in the towel. Stop this fight. They're trailing by 31 to Nebraska. Just another week in the Big Ten where the only constant is chaos, fellas.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
It was the Longhorns who will ride off into the sunset with the coveted Golden Hat Trophy after beating their despised rival to the north. Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.